All right, we're looking at 2 of your trades
Every single
from
time, baby.
our Discord. If you want your trades to be considered, join our Discord with the link that is in the description.
Yeah.
And then we have a Dynasty Trades text channel, and you can pop your trades in here. We'd be happy to look through them, and we always consider every trade that's popped in there. We try and look at the ones that are, intriguing.
Yeah.
If you send a trade where you get like Patrick Mahomes for like a 23-4, it's like, we're not going to talk about that. But we always try and find the ones that are at least intriguing. So we have 2 trades to talk to you about today. The first one is from Miles44. It's a 12-team Superflex PPR league.
That's right.
Team A gets Darnell Mooney, mid to late 23 first. Team B gets Sky Moore, Chase Claypool, and a 2023 early second. I thought this one was interesting just because in our Discord, a lot of people were on a certain side that I wasn't on. Like the vast majority of people who voted, I was on the opposite side, but I'm curious where you stand with this one.
I'm curious to see where the community stand. I'm with Team B. I don't know if that's the opposite.
Same.
Yeah, I'm with Team B. Sky Moore, Chase Claypool, the 23 early second. Let's just break it down. Sky Moore with the high-powered offense here with Patrick Mahomes. I do believe he'll either be the 1A or 1B. He's going to be something. He will be there for another 4 years with Patrick Mahomes, and each year that is going to continue to get more and more solidified in his role. Chase Claypool, a guy that I still believe in. I know a lot of people are hesitant on George Pickens, but one thing, Zach always used to say, one thing I was saying, this offense wasn't built around throwing the ball deep with Big Ben. Chase Claypool is that guy. Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky has a better arm at this very moment than Big Ben than the past couple years he was on the field. And that 23 third, that early second, specifically early second, I've been preaching it the whole time, saying the 23 class is stacked. You're going to be getting a first-round value in the early second round. I'm taking that every single day. You're getting 2 top guys with the early second. I mean, I don't see what the problem is here. And plus the youth. Sky's 21. Chase is only 23. Yeah. You're still getting youthful players and high upside players, in my opinion, that I believe in. So I like this.
Yeah. I'm Team B here as well. Mm-hmm. So in our Discord, 14 people voted for Team A and 5 people voted for Team B.
Right.
So that's why I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I would like to talk about that because maybe the community is a little bit split on this one. When I look at Darnell Mooney or Sky Moore, it's Sky Moore pretty easily for me. I already have Sky Moore ahead of Mooney in my rankings. Yeah. I like Sky better as a prospect. He had better draft capital, even though Darnell Mooney has absolutely outplayed his 5th round draft capital. But as much as I like Justin Fields and I believe in him, if I'm choosing organization, quarterback, head coach, I'm going Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, and Andy Reid.
Agreed.
10 times out of 10 over what Chicago can offer.
Agreed.
And also, with the people who are on the Darnell Mooney train, I think he's going to be so good this year, and he's a really great redraft guy. Mm-hmm. I'm more hesitant to invest in him in Dynasty right now because I don't believe at 175 pounds this is someone who can play on the outside. Do none of us think that they're going to not going to bring in another wide receiver? We keep saying it's a need.
For sure.
Why would they not bring in a big body X wide receiver next year in a class that has a lot of those types of wide receivers? So, and a team that's not going to be all that good. So they're going to have high draft capital. For me, the Bears are like the team that I look at and I point to, I'm like, they're going to draft a wide receiver in the first next year.
For sure.
So I think right now Mooney's value is really heavily determined by the target share. And I'm not sure how that's going to be. How will that look when a wide, if round 1 wide receiver comes in or round 2 wide receiver comes in? So
I get that.
So yeah. And then, the difference between a 23 mid to late, I mean, if that's like the 112 and then the 202, it's not that big of a difference. It is a difference, but so yeah, I'm on the Team B side here. I gave Team B a B plus, Team A a B. So I don't think it's a terrible trade by any means. I do think it's relatively close.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I gave Team B an A and Team B a B plus. I think it's really close, and I agree everything you're saying with Mooney. He's amazing in redraft. I do have belief in him. 140 targets plus this past year, and that was with Allen Robinson on the field for the majority of the time. He did miss like 5 games, Allen Robinson. I expect big things for Darnell Mooney. In a dynasty perspective, at the value you can get him at, in a dynasty startup, I think it's there. But I still believe in Darnell Mooney for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
I'm glad we're on the same
trade
page
yeah. I because like I know that you're high on Mooney in redraft, so I thought maybe this would bring a good conversation. But obviously in Dynasty we're on the same page, which is cool. Yeah. Second trade we're looking at here, and this is from a follower league.
Yeah, this is interesting. This happened pretty recent. I forgot what league this was in, but you guys know who you are. We'll probably find it here later.
Yeah. I can't remember what league was in, but basically Team A got Stephon Diggs, Josh Jacobs. Team B got Mike Williams, Javonte Williams. And by the way, if you guys want to see more trades, just join our Discord in the Dynasty Trade channel. You'll see hundreds of trades.
Yeah, it's always happening.
We can't do hundreds of trades in one video, but let's talk about this trade specifically. Where do you kind of lean?
Honestly, this is split down the middle. I know, man.
I agree.
I hope that's not a cop out, but it is split down the middle. Essentially, you are swapping at least in my eyes, your superstar running back for a superstar wide receiver. And I mean Stephon Diggs for Javonte. And then it's Josh Jacobs for Mike Williams. Stephon Diggs, I mean, he's probably on the better offense, obviously. And Mike Williams is also on a great offense. But we haven't seen Javonte really take the role yet. And I'm not saying he won't, because I do believe he will. I'm not saying we haven't seen Javonte finish as a top 10, top 12 running back, because I do believe he will, just like Josh Jacobs has.
Yeah.
I think I'm focused on Stephon Diggs here a lot because he got the contract extension. And, you know, you have created me to be a Josh Jacobs somewhat of believer. I'm still hesitant, but I'm getting more and more there on the train. And especially with this offense, with Devontae Adams coming in, the efficiency of this offense, of them getting into the red zone and actually using Josh Jacobs and getting more touchdowns. Maybe he gets less touches, more touchdowns. I think that's what gets me really excited for Team A side. And then on the other side, for Team B, I mean, sky's the limit with Javonte and Mike. Everyone in the fantasy community is already saying, well, he can outscore Keenan Allen.
He can, yeah.
I mean, it's an even trade in my opinion.
Possibility.
Yeah, it's such an even trade.
So if you had to choose a side.
If I had to choose a side, I'm going Team A.
Team A, okay.
I am going Team A.
This is so interesting. I think I wanted to say the same thing. Like, this is a win-win. This is truly a win-win.
Yeah.
I would have to lean Team B here, but let's talk about this, because I'm actually going to fight for the Team A side, because I think most people will be Team B. Most people are worried about Josh Jacobs, and specifically, I think it's contract, because he's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason why he's not a starting running back in the NFL. And according to PFF, he's still a top 10 guy. Let me ask you this question. Like, if Josh Jacobs signs a 3-year deal with the Raiders next season, like a James Conner type contract, because it's not expensive to re-sign running backs anymore. You don't have to pay much money to re-sign the top guys. I mean, I feel like that could change everything for people if Josh Jacobs was on a long-term contract.
Yeah, it definitely can. And I think what's scary is that can he stay? I mean, it's not even that like he was super injury prone. One is, where is this offense going? It's going to be a running back by committee, because a lot of questions with Mike McDaniels or Mike Daniels coming in. I don't know, forget his last name now. You know, are they going to be more of a running back by committee, which we shouldn't be afraid of, because the NFL is going that way. But I would definitely take Josh Jacobs in a 3-year deal for sure. I think that I think that would be okay.
I think that's what's worrying people so much is, the 5th-year option was declined. Well, he's still been a really good running back, and I would actually say he was one of the main reasons they actually made the playoffs, that playoff push last year. He was really good at the end of the year.
I guess let me before you continue, let me counter then. Josh Jacobs, a 3-year deal on any other team.
Right. So, like, I was thinking of teams. Like, what if he goes to Miami?
Oh,
that's not a bad offense.
It's not,
but like that's a good offense to be in.
Yeah, but that's like, oh my goodness.
A lot of those guys are on 1-year deals. So you're thinking right now, Sony Michel, Raheem Mostert, like a lot of those guys are 1-year deals. So you think next year he goes to Miami and it's him and Chase Edmonds. That doesn't worry me.
Right. Right.
But look, at the end of the day, I think the gap between Javonte and Josh Jacobs was bigger for me than the gap between Diggs and Williams. Although I think they're really close. I just think if, I'm going most valuable player, and Javante's always like in a startup draft, he's like 202. So I'm going to go the Team B side here. It's really close, and I don't think there's necessarily a wrong answer.
Yeah,
but
I think it's just who you prefer in this trade, honestly.
Yeah, and Jacobs,
that's what wins.
Jacobs could be really good this year in that offense. I mean, we're talking about an offense that's going to be electric with Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Both of those offenses, though. I mean, even Javonte's getting Russell Wilson. So even if there's a split committee, both of those guys could see double-digit touchdowns. Yeah, it's hard because the community is so low on Jacobs, and I am someone who's trying to advocate for him.
The community
but
have him
still,
right.
I think I am going Team B.
They have him right now, RB22, the community does. And then Javonte, he's obviously top 5. He's RB4. But the difference here, in my opinion, the community has Mike at wide receiver 31, but they have Stephon Diggs at wide receiver 9. So I think that's where the bigger gap is.
Sure. Okay.
I guess it's kind of even, if you really think about it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I guess it's kind of even.
Pretty much even there.
But, like, I think
more wide receivers than there are running backs.
Yeah, I think I'm going Stephon Diggs.
It's close.
It's so tough. It's so tough because this is the first time we saw Mike really take the wheel, I guess you can say. You know, he got the opportunity. We saw that consistency, and then it fell off. Is that going to happen again? Can that consistency come throughout the whole season?
For the sake of Justin Herbert, it can't fall off because he was a big reason as to why Justin Herbert's deep ball game really took off last year. Mm-hmm. Even analytically, if you look at it. So, this is a close. I gave both teams a B+ because I thought this was truly a win-win trade, and I'm not upset if I have either side of this trade personally.
Yeah, I gave both an A, just an A flat. I think both team wins here. It's a good trade, really depending on which side you like and maybe where you're taking your team as well. So I think it's a good trade, good even trade to whoever in our follow leagues did it. You guys know who you are. Shout out to you guys.
All right, comment down below. Let us know where you stand on these trades. Yes, we only did 2. We can't go through all of them, but there will be more videos to come. Let us know in the comments below what you think.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLandFam.